Let me know about their interviewer. How well were you acquainted with the sailboat before you took up the task? Acquainted means familiar. For that, Vatika Joshi replied, none of us was acquainted with a sailboat or ocean going boat. None of us had sailed before, nor are women officers allowed entry in combat platforms as yet. At first, it was difficult to take the boat out of sea from one point to another, but we slowly built upon it through 3 years of training. That is, she replied that after 3 years of training, they are stronger enough to manage the boat. Then, interviewer, can you tell us about the training you had undergone before this expedition? Vatika replied, we started with some theoretical courses on navigation, communication, and weather prediction. Classroom courses are different from sailing outside. So, we were given hands on training like how to repair things and how to deal with emergencies when the weather gets rough. If there is a medical emergency, and training was needed in tactical aspects as well. Vatika said that they were trained to face all the emergency needs. Then Aishwarya also said, we underwent our basic sail training courses in Mumbai at the Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center, that is INWTC, and at various schools in the Southern Naval Base in Kochi. We even sailed on INSV Mehdai to Mauritius in 2016 and 2017 and back, and also to Cape Town in December 2016. We were trained for almost 3 years to prepare for the voyage. Since the boat was old, it had minor leaks and repairs. Also, we ran out of water and food soon. So the trip was a tutorial for us on how to manage food, water, and even electricity during the big voyage. Aishwarya added that they were trained for almost 3 years to prepare for the voyage. She said that in that training period, it is a tutorial for them to manage for food, water, and electricity during the big voyage. Then interviewer continued. Interviewer, what was the selection process? Aishwarya answered, out of the 30 women who had applied, 6 of us were shortlisted. Based on the little survival skills we showcased, the crew was mentored by Commander Dilip Donde. But after I was told about the flare-ups at sea, I even had second thoughts about joining the team. Aishwarya explained that they were shortlisted out of 30 women and their team was mentored by Commander Dilip Donde. Interviewer, how did your family members react when you told them about this expedition? Vatika Joshi replied, our families did have a hard time, but that was because most of them had never seen the sea. 4 of us are from the mountains. The first time my parents saw the ocean was when I invited them to visit. But once they saw that we are doing well and looking after ourselves, they were quite supportive. They were apprehensive and supportive too. Vatika said that their parents had never seen the sea because among them 4 of them were from mountainside. They are supportive, but they had some doubts about their expeditions. Next, the interviewer asked, what were your aims and how did you work to achieve them? Vatika Joshi said, I wanted to make sure that I complete this journey with ultimate honesty. I didn't set out for a destination. It was a journey that mattered to me the most. So my contention was to make sure that we go by the rules of circumnavigation which say that you don't have to use any auxiliary means of repulsion and you don't have to take anybody else's assistance. I grasped that completely. This passage shows the determination of Joshika that not to use engine at any condition. Interviewer asked, name that one quality of yours that enabled you to complete this expedition successfully. Vatika Joshi replied, whenever the winds dropped, it wouldn't have taken me even a fraction of a second to switch on the engine and say, let's go 1 mile ahead. But inside of me, something poked me and said that you have to be honest with yourselves, and this expedition has to be done with honesty. I am glad that we were able to finish it successfully without the use of the engine at all. That is, she proudly says about their critical conditions and taking decisions. Interviewer, as a head of the crew, how did you involve the team? Vatika Joshi, we have all sailed and trained the same amount, and everybody has their own way of dealing with the situations, but that was a good thing. Because we could discuss different ways of solving a problem and choose the best one. In fact, I would say it was easier for us to collaborate and work together. She is trying to say that their work is a teamwork, so there is no confusion in taking decision. Then Payal Gupta, a crew said, when you are out at sea, teamwork is the most important in the middle of the crisis. Even during the storm, when 3 people would be out on watch, the other 3 would be inside, wouldn't be able to rest. Some would heat the water, the other person would heat the gloves because it was raining also. So, team effort actually helped in navigating through the 20 hours long storm. I feel that if I had been alone, then it would have been a nightmare to deal with the challenges that the sea throws at you. Payal Gupta says that all the 6 crew have some difficult tasks, but they had faced challenges with some eagerness and curiosity. Interviewer, share your experience about the most challenging task while sailing. Vatika Joshi, the sea can get really tough when winds are picking up. Those are the times we have to be active and need to anticipate what could be there ahead. In the South Pacific, we encountered a storm where the seas were almost 9 to 10 meters high and the winds were picking up to 60 to 70 knots, a unit of speed equal to 1 nautical mile per hour, exactly 1.852 kilometers per hour, which is about a hurricane force of wind on land. It is normal on sea, where there is hardly any land mass to stop the winds. Vatika Joshi explained, when they are traveling the South Pacific, they encountered a big storm, whereas the waves were about 9 to 10 meters high. But they have enjoyed and they entertained and managed the strong wind. It was a blissful experience when something broke down, and after a lot of hard work and effort, we were able to fix it together. We will remember these incidents as well because it gave us the strength to move on, and if something went bad, we were able to overcome those challenges. Interviewer, how adventurous was your trip? Vatika Joshi, when we were crossing the Tasman Sea, we witnessed the brilliant southern lights from sea. It was rare to watch that in those months, that too from sea. We were absolutely awestruck as we were not expecting it. They were surprised. Awestruck means they were surprised to see the entire sky lit up in the green light. There was bioluminescence dolphins swimming in the wake of the boat like our neighbors, and a variety of sea creatures. We spotted a dead sperm whale once and we thought it was an island from a distance. It was so huge. We are not specialists, so whenever we spotted something in the sea, we had to Google it to learn more about the species. Vatika added that when they were crossing the Tasman Sea, they enjoyed the green light and the dolphins, along with that, some sea creatures. They thought the dead dolphin as a rock. Interviewer: how did your crew spend the time deep in the sea? Swati: during circumnavigation, we picked up some hobbies and kept posting pictures of delicious like golgappas and cakes. We also read books. Golgappas is a type of dish. We also read books when the weather was pleasant and did some quilling and craft work. Quilling means it's a paperwork. While team leader Joshi read comics and the Ramayana during her journey. I loved cooking as well, so I indulged in baking. I also liked crafting a lot, so I used to make lampshades. I love it when people appreciate the food that I cook, so I gave my crew members the best dishes that was possible on land with the limited resources that we had on the boat. They prepared a lot of dishes, whatever they can do in the boat, and they enjoyed their life in the boat. Vatika Joshi: 6 is a great number. We were always entertained. We watched movies, listened to music, and you won't believe some of the goodies the crew rustled up in our tiny pantry. Even while sailing in rough seas, we made parathas, baked cakes and breads, and even made halwa and rasagullas. We celebrated festivals at sea. When we think about it now on land, we remember the Diwali we spent at sea. We celebrated 3 birthdays, including the first birthday of the boat. Also, specific occasions like crossing the equator, the international date line, and such. They enjoyed by eating, reading, and playing something, and making food, and celebrated festivals, and celebrated their birthdays, including the boat's birthday. They enjoyed their trip in an enthusiastic manner. Interviewer: what motivated you to fulfill the country's expectations? We knew that the entire country was watching us and praying for us, so we never wanted them to have a single day thinking that we are in a trouble. We knew that it is going to happen, but the people out there did not know what kind of challenges we were facing. So, one of the motives that we kept in mind was that we did not want to frighten them. We decided that once the circumnavigating was over, we are going to show what we have actually gone through. Swati explained that they don't want to say that they are in trouble, and they don't want to explain their difficult task. So they felt that they are passing a new days. Interviewer: as a woman, how would you consider this expedition? It is a matter of great honor, and we couldn't have imagined anything better for our cast off. Of course, we being an all-women team, it is a great boost to women in the country. But as we are going as sailors, and we as sailors have seen that the sea does not discriminate between genders. It is always gender neutral, and we have realized that gender does not play a role in sailing, but to boost the morale in the country and for more women to take in adventures like sailing. I felt it is great that an all-woman team had been formed to undergo this expedition. Vatika finally said, all the women need to undergo an expedition. There is no difference in gender for the challenging task. From this lesson, what do you understand, girls? Being a feminine gender, we should not hesitate anything. We should come forward to face all type of challenges in our life. Isn't it? Thank you, girls.